All right, guys. So I am interviewing Priscilla today. Hey, what's up, Priscilla?
Hey Ben, what's going on?
Not too much. Really excited to interview you because you have some awesome stuff that you've done in the program. I'm really in awe of your success. And so I wanted to share it and talk about it and have you answer some questions, I guess. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about you, background, like just introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I started out in real estate. It was something that was similar to what I'm doing now. So I was in luxury real estate in the Napa Valley for about 5 years. I worked as an assistant, and then I also worked as an agent shortly. But before that, too, in real estate, I was on the corporate side. So I have a lot of experience kind of with management, but also with sales too. And then before that, I worked for the post office for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that answers our first question, I guess. What did you do kind of before you got into recruiting? So that's it right there. Good stuff. So you started the program, you started dabbling, getting into things like right around Christmas, right before Christmas, and then really launched everything kind of like 1st of January, basically. So I guess, since the start of that, how many contracts have you been able to get? How many clients, have you been able to start working with since just getting full going?
Yeah. So really launching in the first part of January, I had 3 contracts. I think it was probably within the 3rd week of January. And
Awesome.
yeah, one of those, the first one I think it was 3 separate positions in 3 different locations. And then the second one is one position. And then the third one, which I just talked to the people, that was one, but there's going to be potential to grow in the future because they're expanding. So we're in the talks we're in the talks of adding more positions to that. And then the first week of February, I got another contract for 3 separate positions. And then I just scheduled a meeting with the gentleman for next month for architectural landscaping company. So yeah, it's
So you're popping off.
yeah.
So things have basically spiraled in a really good way since you started like right away. That's awesome. So now we talk about revenue, right? Because that's what everyone wants to know, as soon as they watch these. So how much revenue have you been able to make? What's under contract? What is in the pipeline?
Yeah, so I think it's around 53K in the pipeline. So with obviously with the just being signed, the revenue isn't there yet for this year, but yeah, 53K. And then I think I'll be adding another 5K with the landscaping company. So yeah, it's
Awesome.
not bad for first couple of months.
Yeah, exactly. Not bad at all from starting from January. That's excellent. So with that being said, basically when you started everything, what was your situation with 9 to 5? Like, were you working a 9 to 5 during all this, or did you abandon that, or like what was going on during the program?
Well, at the beginning of my real estate career 5 years ago, I definitely worked a 9 to 5 on the corporate side, but then I was able to go, working in the sales side of it. It was a varying schedule. So yeah, I was already pretty comfortable working from home and just, not having a exact schedule, but yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. So, okay. So with that being said, you are utilized. So like what's probably the main, I guess, I mean, you're using all of the systems and the blueprint and everything, but what's been like pivotal to your success from the program itself? Like, when you joined, like what really made it pop for you that actually started, getting the contracts rolling and getting people signed and getting people placed and stuff?
Definitely the cold email sequence. That first and foremost, that's all you. So thank you so much. I did some tailoring, but it's mostly you. No, hey, right back at you. But then honestly, just having such a direct connection with you and being able to just pick your brain anytime. Like, you're always so great at responding. I value that more than anything, because sometimes, you know how it is, sometimes you have a question that you need answered. You've always been awesome about responding. So I find that like worth every penny. Every penny.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I really think it is about, you know, in mentorship, right? You have to have a guide, and you have to have someone that's been there, done that, and then also able to triage the situation and give you an answer about something that's happening like right now, like whatever it is, and, you know, just in the moment, right? So, you know.
Yeah, and also too, definitely the Facebook group. And I want to give a shout out to the people who answered that question about the business development manager post that I did about when to leave the contract. Thank you all for your responses. I'm going to stick it out, and I've developed a new strategy for that, and contracted someone to help me. So we're doing it.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Good stuff. Sweet. So you've done really, really good. You are popping off. There's like no end in sight at this point. There's no cap. And you're looking to expand and like grow like crazy. And you already are, based on what you've told me. I guess one thing I'm curious about is, what would you tell someone that's looking to get into recruiting, if they're on the fence watching an interview like this, you know, having seen your success and what you did in the program? What's something you would say to someone that is like, I want to get into recruiting, I just don't know how, or I'm lost, I don't know where to start?
Yeah, so I started, I mean, honestly, just watching your YouTube videos and getting into recruiting. It's been probably the most rewarding thing I've done professionally. I've never been this professionally satisfied, and you know, it's a great industry, because if you're really good with people, there's no limit to what you can do, and there's so many different you know, things that you can branch off and do. So I would say just don't be scared, like, or work past that fear. And, you know, I've left a really secure job with the government after 12 years, and I went out and had a leap of faith in myself. So it's really paid off. So I highly recommend just working through any fear you have, and then educate yourself through the YouTube videos. Talk to Ben, join his program. You know, even if you don't have the money, just join the Facebook group, because there's so much information in there. You know, it took me, well, I think we talked, like we said, maybe a year and a half ago for the first time. And then it took me months and months and months to decide to do it. And one day I was just, you know what, let's just go for it. So definitely talk to Ben. He's the man.
Thank you. Thank you for singing the praises. But yeah, no, I really love what you touched on. Like you know, you said you've never been more professionally satisfied, right? Because in this field, we're serving people, and we're able to, you know, it's a win-win-win, client, recruiter, and candidate, you know? So overall, it's just a great industry.
There's so much room to grow. And I think that if you have a growth mindset and you have an entrepreneurial spirit, there's no limit to what you can do. There's no limit to how much money you can make. And the biggest benefit of this for me is the flexibility, because I love to travel. And I was actually overseas when I decided to join the program, because it was just so inspirational to know that it could happen. So I say just go for it.
Love that. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to just sit down and chat about your experience in the program and whatnot. And I'm sure we'll be talking some more. And you'll be scaling and scaling and scaling. I already know it. So
with your continued mentorship, because
absolutely,
we have a lot to talk about as we've already discussed. So.
Yes, most definitely, for sure. Yeah. We will chat. All right. Thank you, Priscilla.
Thanks for having me, Ben. I really appreciate it.
Of course.